From the gridiron to the airwave, it's time for the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier. Martin is a national championship fullback from the 1992 Alabama Crimson Tide, known for his bruising runs and devastating blocks. Now he's bulldozing through sports talk with that same championship intensity. Joining him is his son, Xavier, a savant of football knowledge and statistical insight. He's your go-to source for the latest recruiting news and insider updates from across the Bama nation. Together they deliver fair and balanced analysis from an insider's perspective with real conversations where the callers, the listeners, and the online maniacs get in on the action by sharing their thoughts, they comment, and the reaction. Join our online maniacs at Facebook.com/The Martin Houston Show. You're listening to Tide 100.9 and 1230 WTBC. It's time for kickoff. So buckle up and get ready, because this is the sound of Alabama sports. The Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier is live. Roll, Tide, roll! From the gridiron to the airwave.
All right.
It's time for the Martin.
Good morning. Glad to have you with us on this Free-for-All Friday. This Free-for-All Friday powered by the good folks over at, over at TJ's Pharmacy and Wellness. TJ's Pharmacy and Wellness. It is a Free-for-All Friday, and they power it each and every day. Also, we're powered by, they power each and every Friday, Free-for-All Friday. We're also have the good folks over at Box Eye Care. Box Eye Care bringing us in each and every day. So we're glad to have you with us. Glad to be on, and I'm going to need your help. X is out again, so there's plenty of room, plenty of opportunity for the maniacs to get in on the conversation. 205-342-9904. Because it being a free-for-all Friday, that means it is time for our score prediction. We'll have to be taking your score predictions the entirety of the show, and the tiebreaker for this week is tied to what I think one of the keys to victory is, and that's the Alabama run game. So the total rushing yards for the Alabama run game, that's our tiebreaker. So let me hear from you. Post your scores, include your tiebreaker in as well. So I'm looking forward to that conversation as well. We're also going to have our keys to victory today. Talk about what's your three keys to victory today. What do you think Alabama needs to do in order to get a win? I'm going to talk a little bit more about what would you like to see more of from an offensive standpoint. I briefly hit it on yesterday. And then defensively, we can talk about that as well. What would you like to see a little bit more of? Listen to a little bit of press conference from LSU. So I may try to bring in something their coach said that I think Alabama can take advantage of in the run game. So, or not in the run game, in our scrimmage, from the line of scrimmage, what we can take advantage of in terms of one of Ty's strengths in something that could be a potential point of weakness or confusion that may get us some explosive plays. LSU also has a big-time guy, Trez Green. He's also a basketball player, tight end / wide receiver. I think he could be a difference maker in the game for them. We'll have to make sure that we stop him. So we'll have all of those conversations as we go throughout the morning. You can get in on it. If you want the maniacs, go ahead and get that in. But before I bring in the maniacs, I want to remind you that this is a day that the Lord has made. So let's rejoice and be glad in it. Take some time today to notice someone, love someone, serve someone, be the difference you want to see in the world today. All right, kicking things off, we got heavy hitter Tim Richardson, Bam Bam 72. Good morning, guys. Jacob Powell saying he can't wait to stomp LSU on tomorrow. That's Jacob Powell. Rodriguez Carlisle Sam Pittner, great free for all Friday. Let's go whoop these Tigers. CJ Watson checking in this morning as well. And then, of course, Miss Pittner, winning weekend ahead. Let's get ready. See who else we got jumping in there. Blind Squirrel Sport in on today. Justin Gore, good morning, Roll Tide. And Bam Bam 72 asking, what's the tiebreaker? In case you missed it again, it is rushing yards for the running back room. Alabama's total rushing yards, not just running back. It's just total rushing yards. Because I think that's part of the success that Alabama can have is not just the running backs, but the run game as a whole. And we may just have to get used to our run game is going to be a combination of things. So Tim Coggins checking in this morning as well, and Chuck Hunt rounding out the maniacs for the morning. So make sure you go ahead and get those score predictions in this morning. So, all right, let's just get started. Before we get started, I should say, I'm sorry. Want to send my thoughts and prayers to the Lowe family. Woodrow Lowe passing recently, and just sending out thoughts and prayers to him and his family. One of the trendsetters and difference makers early on in the transition when African American players were able to begin to play at the University of Alabama. Way back when, Woodrow was one of those guys that helped. Wasn't the first guy, but he was one of the guys that kind of helped set the tone and direction. One of Coach Bryant's best players and one of Coach Bryant's favorite players. So just want to send out our thoughts and prayers to his family, and may he rest in peace. Also, some of you, if you listen to Ryan Fowler's show, you've heard Brian Harden, big-time Alabama alumnus, supporter of the university, football and basketball, suddenly passed earlier this week as well. And I had not sent out my thoughts and condolences to his family, so I want to do that as well. So thank you so much for sending out your thoughts and prayers to them as well. All right, let's get back into it. Let me see. We got some comments coming in. We'll get those in, but let me give a couple of thoughts. Finish up some conversation from earlier this week. Last Wednesday, not last Wednesday. Wednesday, I talked about the situation with Ryan Williams, and we talked about him needing to step up, and I kind of argued against it and all that. And as we were going off the air, I hit it a little bit. I think one of the keys to victory for Alabama is the run game. But I don't think it has to be the traditional run game. I think we have to run the ball. I think LSU, their defense has played well all year. I think they're going to make us run the ball. If I was playing against Alabama, I would bait us into running the ball. I would not give us the opportunity to pass the ball. That's what I would attempt to do. Now, let me say, I think everybody has tried to do it, but I think LSU has the athletes to force us into a run game. So what do we do? First and foremost, we talked a little bit about it yesterday. I think Alabama needs to do some things off tackle and do some things in the toss sweep game. But I also think they need to bring back – how many of y'all missed the speed sweep? Who misses the speed sweep? We talked about Ryan Williams. If Ryan Williams correct me. Do you think his route running – we've talked about his challenge with catching the ball, which I don't think is as bad as everybody makes it out to be, including me, but it is something to watch. But to me, it's what he does once the ball is in his hands that makes him so dangerous. And if I had him on my team, I would get him involved early and often through um, maybe some speed sweeps, maybe some speed sweeps. So that's one way I think that Alabama has more yards in the run game. I just put the ball in Ryan Williams' hands and let him make some noise. We did a little bit of that last year. I don't think we've seen that this year. So I would definitely like to see Ryan Williams touching the ball in the speed sweep game. So that would be huge. That would be huge. The other part is remember what Blake Sims did, him and Amari Cooper? And that was with just one wide receiver. We didn't have as many threats. Could you imagine spreading out using this wide receiver room and that just be an extension of the run game? So maybe they added a couple bubble screens during the game. But the other part that I would like to see is RPOs. And here's why I would like to see RPOs. This. If we were to go to the RPO game, what have we said in regards to Ty being able to change everything at the line of scrimmage? Think about what Ty does. Ty gets us in the right play most of the time. He gets us out of a pass play when they have a pass defense, gets us out of run plays when the numbers aren't there, when it makes sense. I wonder, does this coaching staff know the RPO game? Because we don't use it a lot. But if Ty is that good at completely changing the play, if the rest of the team, now I believe Ty can handle the RPO game without a problem. The question is, can the wide receivers, can the running backs, can the offensive line kind of know what to do in an RPO game? Because our offensive line, think about it right now. When you go to an RPO game, the offensive line doesn't really lend itself to be power blockers, power drive blockers, and things like that. That's not what they lend themselves to be. So if you go to RPO game, that's not required because you're catching them off balance. You have them guessing a little bit, and because of Ty's athletic ability, I think we could do some damage, even RPO, even with some read options occasionally. And Jason Rutledge saying, I think Ty needs to run the ball more this game. And that may be now. Remember, RPOs and read option. A lot of times people think they're the same, but they're different. But I think Ty Simpson in an RPO game would be lights out because he would be reading at the line of scrimmage and not tipping his hat to the defense. In other words, the way we're doing it right now, he's audibling, so the defense knows that they came out in a pass defense. Ty comes to the line and changes. They kind of know, okay, he's changing it to either this type of pass play. We have the back end covered, so he's going to go underneath, or he's changing it to a run game. But if he just read it in an RPO game, maybe it gives Alabama an advantage in the run game. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that when we come back on the other side. I want to talk to you. I see some of you getting your scores in. But I also want to talk about the keys to victory. One, of course, I already hit, is the run game. We'll be back on the other side to keep things rolling. Listen to the Martin Houston, Martin and Xavier. He's out on assignment again. But, hey, listen, you can get in on the conversation, 205-342-9904, or you can put your thoughts and comments in chat.
Tide 100.9 traffic. Tuscaloosa traffic now from the Townsend Nissan Traffic Center. Very good morning to you on this TGIF, and we're getting off to a nice and light start for the most part. Now, I do see some intersection slow rolls. If you're traveling on Rose Boulevard, Boone, watch out for some delays at McFarland. Again, this is just intersection slow goes. And the same situation goes with Skyland Boulevard at McFarland. You're going to, of course, stoplight delays there as well. With your Tuscaloosa traffic now, Tammy Thomas.
This report is sponsored by Aleve.
When you need to know, there's only one place to go. The Tuscaloosa Thread. Get the app and sign up for the 2 daily newsletters. Only from the Tuscaloosa Thread.
Only at Townsend Nissan, every new and select used vehicle includes a lifetime powertrain warranty. And right now, get up to $7,000 off new Nissans. Family owned, serving Tuscaloosa for over 50 years. Townsend Nissan, where peace of mind comes standard.
Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
If you've got some fall projects you need done around your home, give Hudco Landscaping and Irrigation a call. Since 1998, they've been serving West Alabama homeowners and business owners with quality services, including fencing repair and installation, hardscape design and construction, grade work, excavation, site prepping, mowing, mulching, shrub trimming, retaining walls, decks, paver patios, outdoor living spaces, and more. Let the professionals at Hudco Landscaping and Irrigation do those projects around your home or business. HudcoLandscape.com.
Got timberland in West Alabama or East Mississippi? North River Timber Company has you covered. Since 2011, Courtney White, a registered forester, along with his expert team, have been managing timberland and harvesting timber across 4 West Alabama counties. They offer comprehensive timber management plans, reforestation services, and appraisals. Courtney White says timber is like money in the bank. Don't let your investment go unrealized. Call North River Timber Company today. Email them at northrivertimberco@gmail.com or call 205-242-5127.
Alabama football is back, and there's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your Crimson Tide. Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Proud partner of the Crimson Tide. Sold in stadium and at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Hey, I'm Martin Houston, and I want to tell you about exciting news happening at Box Eye Care. They moved to their new location, bringing you a brand new lab, stylish new frames, and a fresh look just for you. Enjoy their expanded frame inventory, competitive prices, and faster service, all with the same great level of service you've come to know and trust. Discover this full-service eye care at Box Eye Care's new location. With their in-house lab, they offer unbeatable value and one of the largest frame collections in town. Schedule your eye exam today and walk out with new glasses in less than an hour in most cases. Visit boxeyecare.com. That's boxeyecare.com, or call 205-342-0660. That's 205-342-0660. Visit them at 5003 Oscar Baxter Drive. That's Box Eye Care. Your vision, our priority.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
Occasionally cloudy today. The chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms through tonight. The high today 75, the low tonight 59. Mild again tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds with only isolated showers around. The high at 76. I'm James Spann with the Alabama Weather Network on Tide 100.9. It's 55 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
Keep it locked into Tide 100.9 for more of the Martin Houston Show with Martin Houston and X's and O's Sports, Xavier Houston.
Welcome back into the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier. It's a free-for-all Friday, powered by the good folks over at TJ's Pharmacy and Wellness. TJ's Pharmacy and Wellness, man, they They will take care of you. You need to make sure that you have a local contact when it comes to taking care of all your pharmacy needs. They can do that for you. PJ and his staff do an awesome job. They have a great new location to better serve you, and they'll get you in and out each and every time. New location, but same great service, and probably even a little bit better. That's located at 303 Hargrove Road East, TJ's Pharmacy and Wellness, tjspharmacy.com. That's tjspharmacy.com, powering this free for all Friday. All right. We got some maniac moments coming, but before we do that, let's get to Pat. Pat, you're in. Well, what's on your mind, sir?
Yeah, man, I hate that he's just out on assignment. I hope ain't nothing seriously wrong. That he ain't having to go visit those sick ants in the hospital or nothing.
Nothing's wrong. Nothing wrong. There's
Okay.
nothing to be praised.
Good deal. Okay, good deal. But because I want to ask you about Samson Cash. His daddy played in the NFL, and I got a little more scoop on him. From what I understand, he owns the 100-meter times, and that would be only as a junior. He owns the state of Michigan. Oh my goodness! What do you think? His daddy played in the NFL. I figure you might know a little bit about his father playing in the NFL.
I don't know. You know his father's name? I don't know him right off.
His daddy's name was Sam Cash.
No,
and then he went by Sam Cash in the NFL.
Yeah, I do not know him. What position?
Okay.
What position did his dad?
I'm not sure about. I think a wide receiver, same as he is, but he's speed personified, from what I understand, and he is a 26 recruit, and that he's one to keep an eye out as far as putting some frosting. I like putting frosting on the 26 class, because our 26 class is very special. And I did do some checking on last night on our quarterback recruit out of Nebraska, still throwing touchdowns. But undoubtedly, the competition there is absolutely the pits. I mean, I know that he went out to the Elite 11 and he shined at the Elite 11. And like I said, throwing against there, but he's throwing 75, 80 points a ball game, kind of stuff. He must not be playing against absolutely. It must be zero. I don't understand something. Back in the day when Johnny Rogers and whatever else was playing out in Nebraska, they had a sure enough football coach out there that run the ball. That they were bad back when you was young. Nebraska was a bad football team. You lived to watch Nebraska and Oklahoma play football. They would come out of the woodworks to crawl.
Yeah, I'm gonna respond to that.
Nebraska.
I'm gonna respond to Nebraska and then get your score. But let me tell you what Nebraska was. Nebraska was Gordo, North Side. And by the way, shout out to North Side High School, local high school here. Moved up to 5A. Had their first 10-0 season. Won big last night to move to 11-0. So kudos to the Northside Rams. That's the school I was speaking at the other day as well. But what I mean by that, what Pat was, Nebraska had. You grew up wanting to play for Nebraska. You grew up.
Yeah, they were corn-fed boys.
And none of the top recruits left Nebraska, and the kids that grew up there wanted to play when the jersey meant something, Pat. And it's the same way here. It's the same way everywhere. Jerseys used to mean something, Pat. They don't anymore. Okay.
It's sad. That part of football is truly sad, Martin.
People don't grow up wanting to play for. I mean, some do, but like there was a kid that as soon as Brian Kelly was fired, he committed to LSU, and everybody was like, "Oh, that's a slap in the face." I'm like, no, that's just a kid that loved LSU and that wanted. He grew up in in Louisiana, and he wanted to play for LSU. That's all that means. It was not anything necessarily against Brian Kelly, but that was Nebraska's advantage, and they don't have that advantage now because kids leave there, Nebraska, as well as I don't think that there's the same level of dedication and want to grow up and play for Nebraska that used to exist. So,
they just like Nebraska's fallen from grace as any. I mean, probably more so than any other team in the country. Is Nebraska's fall has been. It could probably be a movie made about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna move on from Nebraska. So
let's give you my score. I'm saying 34-17. And my keys to victory is we've got to stay in our rushing lane.
What's your rush yards?
Okay. Rush yards for who? Us or them?
Us. Total wide receivers, running backs, tie, etc. Total rushing yards.
Total rushing yards. Okay. Total rushing yards, 85. But we still ain't solved this running game.
We're gonna get our butts.
I don't know what it's gonna take.
If we have only 85 yards rushing, Pat, we're gonna get our butts beat. Milroe had
no, sir.
Pat, Milroe had 185 by himself. If we have only 85 yards rushing total between Ty, the wide receivers, and the running backs, it's going to be – you've been talking about having a heart attack, you're going to have one. Because
it's going to – hey, this game's going to be within 10 points, probably 10 or 15 points. That's why I said 17. I'm praying that it's 17. I hope it's 17.
Well,
it'll be a good beating.
Tighter than 17 if we end up with 85 rushing yards.
No. Well, I'm still going to stay at 85.
I get you, Pat. I believe I believe we'll have one running back that has more yards than that.
Okay, well, I hope you're right because we would have solved the issue if that's the case. But we haven't had it so far. But like I said, hey, the running back that I wanted left and went to Michigan. He's averaging 3 times that much. He's averaging 3 times more rushing than what our running back's averaging. 3 times more.
And I'm glad he's up there.
But anyway, that's neither together. We know how you feel about him.
You can't talk out of both sides of your mouth. You just said you hated that kid sold out his team last year. So I wish.
Yeah, I know. All that's true. Like I said, Nick Saban says you pay the wrong person in football. All right. Hey, you have a very blessed weekend, sir. I love you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Pat. Appreciate you. Hey, listen, I don't know that we paid the wrong person. I think that this is just a different run game, and I think that Michigan has a different run game. You could take some of these same guys, and they'd be doing what they're doing up there. Is Justin Haynes, Justice Haynes, probably, but the most talented of the running backs we have? Absolutely. I think he's more talented running back than the ones we have left. But he never beat Jam out. He couldn't beat Jam out because he couldn't play the complete game. And when he didn't get his way, never mind. I'm going to move on. All right, we got some comments we'll add into the conversation. I had mentioned something about RPOs, read out option. Got at least one person going, hey, Martin, I don't know about that. We'll let you know what the Maniacs thinks about that. On the other side, I'll give you some of the scores we're getting, as well as we'll continue the conversation into our keys to victory.
Tide 100.9 traffic.
Tuscaloosa traffic now from the Townsend Nissan Traffic Center. Very good morning to you on this TGIF, and we're getting off to a nice and light start for the most part. Now, I do see some intersection slow rolls. If you're traveling on Rose Boulevard, Boone, watch out for some delays at McFarland. Again, this is just intersection slow goes. And the same situation goes with Skyland Boulevard at McFarland. You're going to, of course, stoplight delays there as well. With your Tuscaloosa traffic now, Tammy Thomas.
The Tide Tailgate Show is presented by Pearl River Resort in Choctaw, Mississippi. Online at pearlriverresort.com. And by Tuscaloosa Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Online at TuscaloosaCDJR.com. And by Two Dimes. Online at twodimes.club. And by Druid City Regional Medical Center. DCHsystem.com.
I woke up this morning feeling like I was coming down with something. Cough, congestion, headache. My first thought was, nope, this can't happen. I have big plans this weekend. So I took Mucinex Kickstart. It provides all-in-one and done relief with a morning jolt of instant cooling sensation. Thanks to Mucinex Kickstart, I didn't even need to cancel my weekend plans. If you start feeling cough and congestion coming on, take Mucinex Kickstart for relief with a kick. At your favorite retailer. Use as directed.
Black Friday savings are here at the Home Depot, which means it's time to add new cordless power to your collection. Right now, when you buy a select battery kit from one of our top brands like Ryobi or Milwaukee, you'll get a select tool from that same brand for free. Click into one of our best deals of the season and stock up on tools for all your upcoming projects. Get Black Friday savings happening now at the Home Depot. Limit 1 per transaction. Exclusions apply. Full eligible tool list in-store and online.
Childhood cancer is devastating, but childhood cancer is beatable with St. Jude. I knew that St. Jude was a children's hospital, that no one ever received a bill from St. Jude, but I in no way understood how completely they take care of their patients and their families. To any of the donors, I would say bless you and thank you, because without the donors, St. Jude wouldn't be here.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Let me tell you about this new Pretzel Cheddar Club. Hey, I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ebony. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club
is the tangy Dijon with the pretzel bun. It takes it to a whole nother level.
It goes perfectly with the chicken and the cheddar cheese and the bacon.
Man, you know how much you love bacon. And I love the different varieties. Grilled, spicy, original. It gets you nice and excited for fall.
Order the Pretzel Cheddar Club with cherry berry and Sprite for a limited time on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Uh-oh, was that grape juice or the dog's bath time? Don't panic. New Floors To Go has your back and your floor. Their pet-proof, kid-proof flooring is tougher than a toddler with a juice box and a Labrador in Zoomies mode. Spills, scratches, tantrums, bring it on. New Floors To Go. Flooring so durable, even your in-laws won't ruin it. Visit New Floors To Go on Greensboro Avenue today, because life's messy, but your floor doesn't have to be.
Did you know that 90% of the lawyers you see or hear advertised aren't even in Alabama?
Just think about that. I used this guy, Stephen Mesrano, twice because he did what no other lawyers could do. He won for me, and he can win for you. Mez wins.
Thanks, guys. I'm attorney Stephen Mesrano, and I win. Call me, 205-800-8000, and let me fight for you. And when you call, you'll actually talk to me. 205-800-8000. I've got this.
No representations made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Welcome back to the Martin Houston Show, the sound of Bama sports. Your show, your team, on your home for Alabama sports. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
Welcome back into the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier on this Free For All Friday, powered by TJ's Pharmacy and Wellness. Getting some scores in here. Sam Pittner, man, I like your thoughts on the rush yards. Sam Pittner scored 37-13 with 187 rushing yards. And hey, he has a birthday coming up on Sunday. So Maniacs, wish Sam Pittner a happy birthday there. Don't let him get off without letting him know that you got some love for him. So shoot him a happy birthday. It's now time for Maniac Moments, powered by Empowerment Leadership and People Solutions. In the first segment, for those over the airwaves that missed that, we talked about keys to victory, the run game, maybe adding some speed option. I mean, not speed option, but speed sweeps. Get the ball in Ryan Williams' hands in the run game. Do some of the stuff you're doing with Jeremy Bernard. Also incorporate Ryan Williams into that run game because yak, yards after catch, is his biggest strength. So we talked a little bit about that. We asked about some score predictions. So some scores were popping up. Here's what we got so far. Justin Gore, 42-14 is his prediction with 150. Jason Rutledge had 38-21, 157 total rushing yards, all combined. Tim Richardson, 35-17, 108. Mark Anders, 38-13 with 110 in the rush game. Tim Coggins, 31-24. 145 rushing yards. MHS 0407, 45-20, high score of the predictions so far with 173 rushing yards. Pat had a 34-17 with only 85 yards rushing. I told him if we only get 85 yards rushing, we're going to lose that game. It's going to be a lot tighter, not necessarily lose it. Chapman family, 34-24, 110 rushing. Rodriguez Carlisle, 35-17. And then let me see who else got in. Jacob Powell jumping in with 38-24, 128 for the rushing yards. I'll give you Xavier and I at the end of the show. Xavier, even though he's not on, got his numbers into me as well. So we'll get to that in just a moment. But a couple other things that popped up. I mentioned using some RPO, using some of the RPO game and why I think the RPO game can be of benefit to Alabama. And, of course, that made a couple people think, well, I think they thought I was saying a lot of read option. I think you can use RPO read option as well as a speed sweep to enhance the rushing game. But Jason Rutledge said he's a little concerned about Ty getting hit too much. And when I'm saying use the read option game, I'm not saying use it like, we used it last year. If your quarterback gets hit 2 or 3 times in a game, I'm okay with that. When it's a call run, I think actually using RPOs, using speed sweep, using read option will actually get Ty hit less because it'll slow down the pass rush. Think about this: who is hitting him the most? We're not getting beat up the middle. Guys aren't beating, Brailsford and Jaden Roberts and Dewberry as a whole. That's not where the pressure's coming from. The pressure's coming from the 2 tackles. Well, if you make them have to worry about stopping a read option, whether it's the dive or the quarterback pulling it, or you could have it where the quarterback runs the dive and the running back runs the pull, the outside run, whichever way you want to do it, it slows down that outside rusher. And then that also gives you more time in the pass game. You can use it that way. So I would like to see them use it a little bit more than what I've seen. And I think you can see Alabama do some damage in the run game. A couple other things that I think are keys to victory. Alabama needs to start fast and finish strong. We still have not seen this team. We haven't seen them maximize their potential. I don't think we've seen this team play a full game. So I think it's mission critical with them having a new coach. And I listened to some of his press conference, and what he wants to do is he said he wants to come out and be more physical. They want to be physical. Some of the players, when they've interviewed the players, they're saying, man, we're just more physical. Trez Green, who I think is one of the keys to us stopping him. He's number 14. He's a big basketball player that went off on us in rebounds last year in the basketball game. he's a dual sport guy. We need to stop him. But he talked about how much more physical the practices are, and he talked about how much more he and other players could connect with Coach Wilson. Let that sink in for a second, guys. It matters how you connect with your coaches. Last year, Alabama struggled because the entire roster did not buy into the coach and to the process and to the culture. Frank Wilson had 2 weeks to put in his culture. Has he got there? Well, at least their mentality is we're going to be a physical run team. I also think while being a more physical run team, they talked about wanting to run the ball up the middle. We're going to have to play stout defense up the middle when it comes to the run game, but not just for the run. I think they're going to try to use play action pass. I think that's going to be Nussmeier's strength. I think they're going to take explosive shot after shot after shot. What do they have to lose? Coming into this game, I think LSU is going to just be chunking it down the field. So we cannot let them have success early. That's why I say one of my keys to victory is to start fast and finish strong. Jacob Powell said second half they need to finish strong. If they play all 4 quarters, this game won't be close. I agree with that. But unfortunately, we've not played 4 quarters. We've either played great first half or great second half, but not 4 consecutive quarters. And as good as our offense is, I think Bam Bam is talking about it here in one of his maniac moments. He says, we have only broken 40 points once this year. I think this Saturday we break 40. So he's going, Bam Bam's is going with 42-20 with 125 yards. So Bam Bam, I like that score. That's good. I was thinking sort of the same thing in terms of this offense has yet to put it all together. Before we get to break here, I think we had a question from one of the maniacs. What are my thoughts in terms of what am I thinking in terms of this game coming off of the bye week? This is what I know about him. Listen, I think his best 3 games in the first half for sure has been off of bye weeks. I mentioned this on yesterday. In the bye weeks, we played Georgia twice and we played LSU. I would say those were 2 best first half offensive games we had. LSU was the most probably complete game we had, even to the point where we put our starters back in to prevent them from scoring late in the game. I think that bodes well that this team and this coaching staff does a really, really good job coming off of bye weeks. They put in their things, they get them all ready to play. So I feel really good coming off of a bye week. The only concern I have really is about LSU coming out just guns blazing, meaning that I think they have a better chance of beating us with this new coaching staff than they did without the coaching staff change, because it puts a little bit of question mark into our guys. So, and Frank Wilson, the interim head coach, talked about we have a talented quarterback. We have talented wide receivers. We have talented running backs. Now, they have a freshman who stepped up as well. I expect him to have an even bigger game, a bigger role on tomorrow in terms of the Alabama game. So, with that said, I still think Alabama takes care of business. Coming back on the other side, I'll run through a couple other keys to victory, maybe hit a couple other games that's happening around the SEC and talk about wrapping up this edition of Martin Houston's show. It's the Sound of Bama Sports, your show, your team.
Tide 100.9 traffic.
Tuscaloosa traffic now from the Townsend Nissan Traffic Center. Oh, what a beautiful TGIF we are experiencing for right now, and let's hope we can keep this going. Lurleen Wallace is wide open and green for go in between McFarland and 15th Street, and you're also traveling nicely on 2059. It is free-flowing from McFarland to Joe Malisham. Moving on Skyline Boulevard, no hang-ups. It's just a little slow at the intersection of McFarland, but that's typical. With your Tuscaloosa traffic now, Tammy Thomas.
This report is sponsored by Aleve.
Only at Townsend Nissan, every new and select used vehicle includes a lifetime powertrain warranty. And right now, get up to $7,000 off new Nissans. Family owned, serving Tuscaloosa for over 50 years. Townsend Nissan, where peace of mind comes standard.
Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
The Tide Tailgate Show is presented by Pearl River Resort in Choctaw, Mississippi. Online at pearlriverresort.com. And by Tuscaloosa Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Online at tuscaloosacdjr.com. And by Two Dimes. Online at twodimes.club. And by Druid City Regional Medical Center. dchsystem.com.
We're Tuscaloosa Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and we're on a journey to be Tuscaloosa's destination for powerful, iconic Jeeps, like a new Jeep Grand Cherokee for only $349 a month during the Drive into Fall event. Start your journey now at Tuscaloosa Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or TuscaloosaCDJR.com, where you pick it out and we'll work it out. On select models with approved credit plus tax, registration, and dealer fees. See dealer for details. Expires month end.
Do you have timberland you don't know what to do with? Give North River Timber Company a call. Courtney White and his team of over 20 years experience offer timber harvesting, timber appraisals, comprehensive management plans for that special tract of land that you own. Courtney and his team can help you decide how to maximize your highest potential for your land. Timber is like money in the bank. See what your investment can do for you. Contact Courtney White at 205-242-5127. North River Timber, co@gmail.com. North River Timber Company.
High school football's a way of life in West Alabama, and each Friday night, the Town Square Media Tuscaloosa team will provide the most comprehensive coverage of the top area games. We're teaming up with WVUA. Join Tide 100.9, WTBC 1230 AM for the latest scores and updates throughout the evening, plus scores and game recaps online at TuscaloosaThread.com. Your West Alabama high school football score updates are presented by Bevel State Community College, Congressman Robert Adderholt, and Taco Casa.
95.3 The Bear and Sports Radio Tide 100.9 and 1230 AM WTBC are partnering with Baumhauer's Victory Grill this season to put you in the best seats in the house at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Sign up online at 953thebear.com. on the app or the Tide 100.9 app. Each week, we'll pick a winner for a pair of tickets to an Alabama home football game. Baumhauer's Victory Grill, with 2 locations in Tuscaloosa, Harper Lee Drive, and Baumhauer South on Courtney Drive. Let Baumhauer's Victory Grill put you in the best seats in the house.
Oh my God!
With 95.3 The Bear and Sports Radio Tide 100.9 and 1230 AM WTBC. It's time for the Martin Houston Show. With the same hard-hitting, no-nonsense approach in which he played the game, Martin will take you inside the locker room, down on the field, and across the goal line with his in-depth analysis.
Welcome back in. What's up? What's up? It is a free-for-all Friday powered by the good folks over at TJ's Pharmacy and Wellness. I'm Martin Houston. X out on assignment, Chase pressing all the right buttons. Chuck, I had Chuck planning to get Chuck in, but he dropped. But Chuck messed up my thing. I had wrote my scores down during the break, and I thought I had the most rushing yards, but Chuck went with 38 to 24 with 198 rushing yards. So I may have to adjust mine. I'll tell you what I was thinking on the other side. Just a couple other quick things in terms of this weekend. Hey, don't forget, guys, Alabama has a big basketball game with what was it, St. John's that tips off 11 a.m. Central Time. CJ Watson earlier mentioned how crazy the schedule is. Yes, CJ, we had mentioned that the other day as well. But kudos, could be a big day. Let's hope they start things off right in terms of what they have going on. Just a couple other quick things that I notes that I would tell you to watch for in tomorrow's game. I think we need to have a diverse run game, and I've mentioned that a little bit. But also look for Jam Hill or Riley or multiple guys to have explosive plays in the run game. I believe we'll have 2 to 3 explosive plays, which means 20-yard runs or longer, whether it's Ty off of a read option, whether it's Hill off of a tall sweep, Jam pressing it up in there, or Riley getting out in space. Look for the running backs to have a little bit better vision tomorrow, offensive line to block a little bit better. And because of that, I actually had 190 plus. So, and was saying that they may get over 200 yards rushing. So I guess since I want to have the most rushing yards and Chuck Hunt put it at 198, that means that I have to go to 199 to 200. I'm scared to say 200, guys. There's nothing that I've said that oh no, Piano Man jumps in with 34 to 21. Ty Simpson 2 touchdowns. No, he said rushing. He has Jam Miller. I guess Jam Miller alone having 150 yards. Piano Man, it was the total rush yards by everybody. Running backs, wide receivers, quarterbacks, etc. So you may want to change that number, but I got you down at 150 right now. One other thing I want to point out about keys to victory is I think our secondary is going to be tested like crazy in the pass game. I think they're going to run. You're going to see them running a lot of crossing routes to try to rub guys off or get us to bust coverages in the back end. I think they'll also use the quick game in terms of the pass game, and they're going to try to get some chunk plays like South Carolina did against us. I think they'll use the tight end, Trez Green, to try to create some mismatches with our linebackers and or our DB that ends up smaller DB that ends up on the 6'5". I think he's 6'5". He's tall. He's a big boy, 6'4", 6'5", maybe even taller than that. But I think they're going to try to create some mismatches there. So look for that to kind of happen in the pass game. But here's something that is happening on tomorrow, and watch this and see if Alabama takes advantage of it. I think it's something they call the green dot. I just heard them in the press conference, and I was trying to figure it out. But normally Weeks, their starting linebacker, is the one who is I think, the communicator. Well, they said they're going to move it to the secondary. So the secondary is going to be the ones who are going to be doing the majority of the communication. So if we can make some changes at the line of scrimmage, and this is where Ty could take full advantage of being able to do so many things at the line of scrimmage. If Ty makes changes at the line of scrimmage, and he doesn't necessarily change a pass play to a run play, but changes it to another pass play, they're going to have to communicate that to all of their DBs. And it's not from the line of scrimmage, it's from the defensive backs. And you have a lot of moving parts. So that could cause some confusion between the front, what the front seven does versus what the back end does. We say front seven, it may be front five, front six, based on how many DBs they have. But I think Ty can take advantage of that, use his intellect to create some mismatches there. So I think Alabama takes care of business without a doubt. A couple quick notes around the SEC. Of course, Georgia takes down Mississippi State. Ole Miss takes down the Citadel. I think Missouri, without their quarterback, they drop another game to Texas A&M. Of course, a game of interest. Everybody has assumed Vanderbilt's going to beat Auburn. DJ Durkin, I think, somehow, some way, and I could be totally. I promise you, I look at it from the standpoint of he's had really good defenses all year. So maybe they get a little bit on the offensive side of the ball. Auburn somehow, some way manages to pull. Sounds funny, pull an upset against Vanderbilt. I won't be shocked if Vanderbilt wins, but feeling just a little bit toward DJ Durkin And then, of course, Xavier's score is 38-17 with 145 rushing yards. And I'm going all out. I'm going 48-20. And they may not get 20, and we might get more than 48 with 199 plus in the run game. So that's my prediction. Justin Gore changing his prediction to 42-14 total rushing yards, 225. So, yeah, there we go. All right, well, I appreciate you guys. We'll be back on Monday. Hey, guys, I'm looking to find a guest host, a co-host. So if you're interested in possibly coming in and being one of the hosts via the Maniacs chat line, we're going to do that next week for somebody. So looking forward to that. Appreciate you guys. Have a great weekend. Remember this, trust in the Lord always. Ain't not your own understanding, and all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your paths. Come join us at Harvest Church on this Sunday at 10 a.m. We'd love to have you. Harvest Church, where we love God, love people. Roll Tide, everybody. Catch you on Monday.
What's your pleasure?
Thank you for listening to The Martin Houston Show on your home for Alabama sports. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.